This video is brought to you by Gunpla SA, South Africa's favorite place for Gunpla, related tools, supplies, resources, community and so much more. Check out gunplasa.com.
And welcome to another episode of Jeff and Paul Talk Gunpla.
GPSA number 7.
Yes, it's GPSA number 7, I think.
Hola 7.
Hola 7. How are you, Jeff? Are you good?
Pretty good. Good. Been a bit tired this week, but yeah, always good. You know, we've got some good news. But how are you?
I'm cool. I've also been a bit tired. It's been a busy week. I think it's just we've had some great public holidays and those were so relaxing. And then we got slammed into like our weeks. So now we're like, you know, we're sad because we have a bit of what the Japanese call May Day. You know, when you come back after Golden Week, you know, we're like sad. But we're not sad for that long. Well, we weren't sad for very long because what happened, Jeff? Something cool happened.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, we got some Gunpla. You know, we got one box of new Gunpla, and yeah, lots of HGs came in, and yeah, it was actually such a good timing because like I remember on a weekend I was going to share this story. On a weekend, one of our potential customers like messaging me on Instagram saying, do you know when you're gonna get Gunpla again? Because she and her fiance was planning to get some because this coming weekend they're getting married, and you know their plan is to hopefully build some Gunpla on their honeymoon. So okay, you know I just told him I'll keep you posted. You know, holding thumbs. And Tuesday came in, so they ordered on a Tuesday. Yesterday got shipped off. Got picked up by a courier. And today, you know, they got their Gunpla. And, you know, she shared some photos with me earlier. And, like, it's awesome. All them opening the box and the runners are exposed. I said, wait, hold on. Weren't you guys planning to build these kits, like, on your honeymoon, you know, after your wedding? And, like, so what happened to that plan? And then she just said, oh, like, plan failed.
Fish and mailed.
But I suppose it's better. Cool. Like, she was actually a bit disappointed. Like, oh, you know, the husband to be was like really excited to, you know, if we could get our master grade kit in, and you know, he could be building a master grade during the honeymoon. But I said, you know, like building a high grade's, you know, I think that's a bit better on your honeymoon because you know it's less time building, and you can actually spend your honeymoon time with each other. You know, so,
exactly. Yeah, less time building, more time honeymooning. Yeah, and not honeymoon Gundaming.
Look,
joke. I'm sorry, like, folks.
Let us know if you take your Gunpla kits with you to your honeymoon. You know, take them on the little adventures together or whatever. You know, if you do that and you know, share some photos with us, we'd love to see.
Yeah, it'd probably start off with like
nice news.
Yeah, it'll start off with like this, and then it'll come back like this.
No.
Where's the leg? Where's the arm? Broken V-fins. Yeah, I'd be too scared to do that. But yeah, guys, let us know that that's actually very. That's a very cool story. You know.
So today I've been like really happy about because like not only it's my birthday, but this is like the best birthday, present. You know, like seeing all the customers. Yeah, seeing all the customers of ours receiving their gifts. You know, it's like that brings the joy to my. Yeah, that brings joy to
your soul. So,
yeah.
Happy birthday, Jeff. just to give our listeners a chance to just absorb that, you know.
Yeah, thank you for your sneaky Instagram post this morning. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
It's all good, but it's all good. I'm glad that it was a surprise, although you still saw it in the launch deck, but whatever, at least it was a surprise. Ooh, I just hit my mic.
And we'll probably only post this podcast like tomorrow, so viewers, when they see it, it won't be my birthday, to be belated.
No, cool. Well, you know, maybe next time we'll do something cool on his birthday, or cooler.
Yeah. I'll remember for your birthday. I'll do something sneaky too.
On the topic of just building joy and all that kind of cool stuff, have you been building any kits or whatever since the last time we chatted? Have you been able to?
Yeah.
Because I mean, we did have a long weekend and stuff. So.
Yeah. So. As you can see in the background, some of the recent build videos that I've made is not a Gunpla, but I built this. What is this thing called again? It's like a 3D wooden puzzle.
Potbot, Potbot.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, like Natus in the build force. You gift each of us these things. Yeah, I made a build video on that, and then afterwards it went into the new Gundam, which is
careful
finished. Yeah, it's on a 30 action base.
It freaks me out, that action base. Yeah.
So I really enjoyed making the build video on this. I really love the music. Like I picked the music, I think, like last year, so it's been months and months, and finally the music's made. And it's got this synth wave, the 80s feel, which is quite fitting because that's
how I roll. I love me some synth wave, so
yeah. So I think it's fitting because the new Gundam Shah's Counterattack movie came out in 93. 93.
No, Shah's Counterattack is 93, because that's RX 193, 93.
Yeah. So 80s, 90s, they've got those synth wave music, So,
and to be fair, anybody who's like an anime fan, you guys know that 90s anime is still a continuation of just the 80s, pretty much. I mean, Japan loved the 80s so much they carried the 80s through most of the 90s. To be fair, and we're very thankful for it. Looks at Evangelion. Cool. And what is? Oh, it's a blue.
Oh, it's the goof.
It's a blue Zaku.
No Zaku boy. So yeah, this is the next build. Oh, it's finished, but I need to finish the video. So I need to actually deconstruct it and film the final assembly process.
Very cool.
Video, and then that's going to be the next build video. Yeah.
Nice, dude. Very nice.
And then, what about yourself? What have you been doing?
Well, Celia, that's my girlfriend. She kidnapped my Potbot, and she started building it. At first, it was like going to be like, we're going to build it together. Yeah. That didn't work out. Not for any reason other than she was just having so much fun with it that I don't want to get in the way. But we were working on stuff together because I was also working on a kit. I was busy modding my F91. And still busy modding my F91 Master Grade. But yeah, she was like chilling and building that little dude, and he's very cool. I love the pod separation, and it required a little bit of work, which was nice. It wasn't just like, I mean, everything fits easily, but sometimes you need to sand a little bit, which is like, it is cool. It was like good model kit training. And then she went on to
good thing I didn't have to sand. I just there were certain parts that was a bit stiff, but you just give it a nice push.
I think I mean I was also a little bit like, ooh, maybe don't force it, because if you try to force things, you can break things.
Maybe because it's made out of wood, that could potentially expand. Like if it's an old product,
of course,
maybe there's moisture in the air. But it was like pretty sealed with plastic and all that. But maybe just in case.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean, and then there's another kit that I got myself a while back. Actually quite recently with our last stock drop. I got Jigglypuff, which Celia also kidnapped and built. And it's such a cool little kit. Yeah, so I mean, we've got some pics up. I'll actually put some pics up on the Insta. Jeff, I will definitely throw you some pictures so that you can go, Paul's Jigglypuff. Everybody, this is the Jigglypuff that Paul's girlfriend built, that Celia built. Yay! And then me, I've just been busy on modding my F91, and I've actually got a new kit recently, but I want to save it for potential future live stream, actually. So I don't want to spoil what the kit is here on the podcast, but Jeff and I are figuring out how we're going to do a live stream for that. But yeah, I definitely want to build that live. I think it'll be quite fun. It'll be my first time ever building a kit live. And I think it'll be one of the firsts for the channel. So we just want to figure that out so that it can be cool and people can get involved with that. And yeah, that's me for building at the moment.
Yeah, so that's the update from us. And speaking of update, this whole podcast is about updates, but not just about our updates. Our updates is the stuff that in the beginning we'll get out the way, but now we're going to get to the meaty part of it. Hey, so what's this update or this podcast mainly about?
Well, for those of you guys that may not know, Shizuoka Hobby, the Shizuoka Hobby Festival or Hobby Show is happening, or has recently just happened. At the time of you watching this podcast, it's probably finished or on its last day or two.
It started yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be going on. I think they run it until Friday or Saturday or something. I don't know.
I think it goes into Sunday, but basically like the first day or two is for business or press. So it's not like super crowdy, and people can do their the press can do their thing without people blocking their view to take photos of the model kits and stuff. And I think tomorrow I think they have it for Students' Day, and then Saturday and Sundays for general public, I think.
Oh, cool. Yes, that's right. Yeah, there's like a whole vibe. I actually forgot about the whole Students' Day thing. That is actually so cool that Japan just does that. They go, okay, well, there's a convention, so we'll make it open for students, which is great. I mean, it makes Gundam, well, not just Gundam, but model building very accessible.
Like model building, yeah. So model building is not just the old people's thing, it's a multi-generational thing.
Agreed. And guys, just to I mean, now you all know about how to attend Shizuoka, but what is Shizuoka? What is the show? Well, the show is like basically E3 for model kits is a good way of putting it out there, but that is oversimplifying it because there's lots of other model shows that happen in different parts of the world. But Shizuoka is definitely our E3 for model kits, if I can put it that way to you, because that's when we get to see all the cool stuff that we love.
What is E3?
What is? Oh, it's a gaming trade show.
Just in case people don't know. Yeah. So think of it as like E3 or Comic Con or Rage.
Yeah, it is kind of like Comic Con. I actually totally forgot about Comic Con. But yeah, so we get to see all these cool new kits. It's actually where a lot of companies will pull out their big announcements or releases for the year. Sometimes rumors are then confirmed. Sometimes stuff that you may have seen in magazines or on the websites, magazines, those things, if you still read those. But if you've seen like any prototype kits that were in gray, you get to see them in full color at Shizuoka, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And
actually, just speaking about prototypes, we haven't seen any prototypes in this Shizuoka show, eh? Well, we'll get into it. It's something that I didn't notice. It's kind of
it's actually, now that you mention it, mind you, it might also just be the coverage that we have at the moment. Maybe all the rest of it hasn't come out yet, but also, to be fair, I think because of the way the world is, I think a lot of companies have scaled back on their output, just because of various challenges that they may have. So instead of doing the whole, normal process of going through the prototypes, they were just like, no, we've got to make impact. So they're trying to show as final a product as possible. I think that's kind of the vibe. But so we're looking at this big bad boy here. This is from Gundam Info, and this is one of the big announcements that happened. We know about this kit coming out, but now we are seeing all of the juicy details.
And before we go on with all the news and stuff, I just want to put this out there. That what we're going to cover in this podcast is only Bandai at Shizuoka, because otherwise it's going to be too long. There's other companies doing great work, but we as Gunpla SA, we do want to focus on Gunpla. We are open to other model kits, and we always believe in diversity, but in terms of content and news, there's just too much. There's
a lot.
All the other companies out there are pushing out their stuff, and we're just focusing on Bandai, which is the Gunpla and the other IPs as well.
And it's just easier that way. But maybe in a future episode we will bring out some of the other reveals. Thankfully, the thing is, Bandai does often have a heavy release schedule. I think it's Bandai, Kotobukiya, and I mean, these are like, in terms of like the mecha and anime stuff that we're mostly interested in. Doyusha's starting to make a presence, so we might get into that stuff a bit later. But let's get into this bad boy over here, the Strike Freedom Gundam.
So
Master Grade.
Yeah. So what's happening here? Because like we've seen this. Shame, microphone abuse. So what is going on here? Like, can you go into a bit more into it? Because we've seen the Masterway Extreme Strike Freedom announced before. So like, are we going over again? Is it like more details that's coming up?
Yeah, well, we're starting to see like some of the things like the decals, which is really cool. We're starting to get an idea of the frame. Like, I mean, I think this is the picture, one of the pictures that they released to us. I think, if memory serves, I think it was more silhouetted, it was darker, so we couldn't see all the details. Now we can. It's insane. We got this last time. They gave us this little breakdown. So I mean, this is Bandai's sort of sales pitch. I mean, look at this. Wow.
And last time, so they're going really in details with this page, but also last time they didn't show articulation, they didn't show weapons, or they didn't show the content that comes with this model kit. And now we get to see everything. Plus, the biggest thing that wasn't revealed last time, because last time it was like essentially a teaser announcement. They didn't announce the release month or the price point. And
that was the other thing that was a big one.
Yeah, they did announce a time frame, which they said spring. So yeah, and we'll know later on when we see the release date. They actually postponed the spring timeline.
Yeah, they
a bit later.
I mean, look at this. Look at this cool little animation. Really That's awesome.
I really love the multi articulation. It's really, really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like last time when we were talking about this, I mentioned that I'm not like the Strike Freedom's biggest fan, but let me tell you, this kit makes a very good argument for me wanting one, because it's so sexy. But Jeff, I think we're gonna have to I think you and I are gonna have to put money together and like share this build.
Well, we mentioned it last time. Was like, we'll build like one side each. So I'll build the right arm, right leg. You'll build the left side or whatever.
Then Jeff and I will put on armor and we'll have a duel to see who does the head.
Wait, hold on. I've seen this like funny thing back. It's totally not related. It's gaming related. But when Breath of the Wild came out for the Switch, I remember seeing IGN. They had two reviewers, whatever, and they played Breath of the Wild. And you know the Joy-Cons is half.
Yeah.
So one person,
that's awesome.
One person was in charge of like one Joy-Con, and another person was in charge of other. So I was thinking, if we can split the build, I would use like one of us can only use one hand. So I'll use my right hand and use the left.
Sanding. It's gonna be like
apply a bit more, or just like applying, like you hold and now apply the pressure to like snap the pieces in or whatever. It's like, turn your left hand and angle it so that would be quite funny.
Yeah, it'll be like, okay, Jeff, keep it steady. Jesus, hold the wheel.
I think that'll be a pretty funny challenge. But I think we need to start off with like an integrate kit.
Let's do it like a cheaper kit, please. Yeah.
Like a kit with like fewer and bigger pieces. Yeah.
But I think that could be fun. Also, congratulations. I think you've officially sold a Switch to me, because that sounds like a hell of a lot of fun.
Are you going to do that with Cecilia?
Yeah, man, I think that's going to be the coolest thing. Celia and I definitely need to.
We're just going to create chaos.
You know, I'm actually okay with either. We handle chaos well here. But yeah, coming back to the Strike Freedom, man.
Look at this kneeling pose. You know, it's their money shot. You know, like they always got to show how well a kid has to pose, or how natural it looks. Yeah, and it's really, really awesome.
It's
so well balanced.
It's very sexy. It is very sexy. It's just, I know we've said all of this stuff already, but this is actually like, you can feel the next level here. Like, I don't want to like, this may sound negative and it's not meant to. I love the Unicorn Gundam. I think it's a beautiful unit, but we had been getting so many releases of Unicorn. So when they released the MGEX Unicorn, I was like,
yay.
it's an amazing kit. Please don't get me wrong, but I was just
Amazing.
I couldn't have cared less. I'm not the biggest Strike Freedom fan, and I'm like, I want this, and I don't even want to look at this anymore because every time I look at it, I'm like, I can figure it out because it's a great kit. I'm just glad that you and I might be able to build one in the future, but. It's a beautiful kit. It's got like serious appeal. But anyway, check out these weapons, man. Like even the guns are cool. Like look at this little thing here that flicks out at the back here. I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
It just combines. So the regular like model kits of the Strike Freedom, they can do that. But it's just
this
the
just
design
looks cooler.
of it looks. Yeah, because like I think in the previous model kits, it always looked a bit awkward. It always looked like it's just two guns slapped together. But when this one combines, it actually looks quite convincing.
The RG, I must say, it does a good job of that as well. To be fair, is it the RG? Yeah. Well, I remember seeing it recently in one of the smaller scale kits where they do it well, but usually it does look a bit bad.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like Kit Bash.
Yeah, and looking at this kit, like the detail is so like they actually show you more images later on at the bottom, but looking at this kit, it's just blows all the other like Strike Freedom model kits out. You know, it's no competition. Like even the perfect grade, like this doesn't look like it's 100 scale 1 to 100. This looks like it's going to be so much bigger because of the amount of detail it has. And if you put the perfect grade next to it, the perfect grade looks like it's just like wait.
And this booster, look at this. I mean, look, I just look at these rear thrusters. I mean, it's amazing. It's so sexy.
Even the meta build figurine of a Strike Freedom doesn't look
as good as this.
Yeah,
agreed.
And
Fully agreed.
They cost way much more than the Strike Freedom, which
it's a lot more expensive. Totally. Yeah.
Like this is not going to be a cheap kit, but compared to a perfect grade and compared to a meta build figurine, not a model kit, just a figurine, this is like so much cheaper and more detailed, and you get the joy of building all these pieces together. Yeah, so so we can see it comes with the base. It's the same. It looks like to be the same base. It looks like to be the same base that came with the Master Grade Wing Custom Zero EW Vicar or version KA.
So that's the same base.
Yeah. Oh, apparently here's a useless info. Apparently in Japan they don't say Vicar. If you say Vicar in the shops, if you say Vicar in the shops, they'll go like, "What the hell are you talking about?" You gotta say like
Sculptor.
You gotta say version K. You gotta say version KA.
Yeah.
That's how they address it. Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool.
I like to call it version K now because I learned. So
it's got like optional
car.
Yeah. So what I like about this is it gives you lots of hand options. So you don't only get fixed hands, but you also got the version 3.0 articulated hands. So you get options. That's great.
That's very cool. And like I know that it looks like it has limited weapons. But it doesn't because it also has the guns on its hips as well.
Yeah. Plus all the dragoons on it. Well, like basically the Gundam's body is a weapon. And also the waist cannon, laser cannon in the waist. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I meant. The ones on the hips.
It's undegated.
Yay! Jeff? I don't know about you. I can't... Okay. I think I have to see this first because I have the Hyakushiki 2.0, which is probably the best Meki plating I've ever seen on a model kit. Like the way that they handled that. And I still stripped it, but it was amazing. Like it's really, really incredibly well done. If the undergating on this is worth it, are we going to strip the gold off it? Do you think? I don't know.
I don't think I would want to do it with this kit. Because look, the nice thing we can see, like after we look at the Bandai's official page on this product, we'll go to the Dengeki Hobby's photographs at Shizuoka, and we can see it's a matte plated finish. So it's not like a very shiny plated finish.
Yeah, like the Hyakushiki's is. Yeah,
exactly. So I feel this is appropriate. Yeah, okay, so there you go. We've got information on the release. So it's November, coming out November for Japanese, what's it? 14,000
14,000 yen.
Yeah. So it's so they've pushed their release date out from spring to the end of the year, which I feel it's a bit more appropriate because it's going to the holiday season. People are saving up for the big spend, and I feel this is a bit more appropriate timeline.
And guys, if I can say this, I'm gonna say this on the podcast. Jeff and I have a rule about this generally, but sometimes a kit will come that's like super important. This is one of them. Please, if you are interested in this kit, please pre-order now, because
pre-order when it's available.
But what I'm saying is as soon as but get your if you are part of the Bold Force, please get your orders in with us now so that we can get numbers. Because because the thing is, we will only be able to get the pre-orders for this kit. I can guarantee that when this kit comes out, it'll be sold out immediately. So just a heads up, I don't want you guys to miss out on this really beautiful kit. Plus, you've got a whole bunch of months to save up for it if money is the issue. So please make that decision now and get your order in with us now. Normally, I'm very against trying to sell stuff, but what I'm more against is disappointment. I hate for you guys to not be able to get this kit.
Well, look, until official pre-orders open with our supplier and with us, at least get your request in. The price tag.
That's
you can kind of
same difference.
Yeah. The request is like a non-commitment, just so that we have an idea how many people are interested. And once pre-orders open, then you pay, then it's committed. Then that is guaranteed yours. When it comes in, it's yours. When you make a request, it's not committed.
Yeah, so guys, that was just a little bit of a public service announcement for us, from us, for you, for this. Anyway, enough trying to sell stuff. Let's check out Dengeki's page, because I think we've hit we've bottomed out. We've bottomed out here. So guys, yes, there's even more Strike Freedom, but now you get to see it in the wild.
But it's at the show. At the show,
Yeah. So this is like no fancy photography. Bandai has no control here. Photographers are gonna get in there and shoot it for what it is.
These pictures are coming from the Dengeki Hobbies photographers, and it's great. Like they get some nice close-ups.
Which I'll get into now.
Go left
as soon as I remember how to use a computer. That's the Strike Freedom Gundam, in Japanese, if you care. Moving right along.
And remember when we said, the release price is 14,000 yen, but like when we saw in the tag there, it's like 15,400. But obviously that's including tax. So Japan.
They're 10% or whatever it is that they do. So anyway,
just know that when we do get into South Africa, it's gonna be double of that because of all the shipping and all the other things. So don't think, just take that number from yen and convert it to rand. It won't be just that.
I wish it could be that, but we're not.
I
in
wish. But
sorry,
unfortunately, our stuff is coming all the way from Japan, so shipping is quite a pricey thing. So
Anyway,
that's some nice close-ups there.
Ooh, very sexy. And it still looks good. This is like I want to call it an ugly shot. It's not an ugly photo, but it's an ugly shot. I mean, it's not hiding. There's no shadows for this to hide away in. You're seeing.
Well, I feel it's kind of a missed opportunity that the posing was a bit underwhelming. I would have hoped they put it in a more dynamic pose. But what they're showing here is the open. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think they do that because I think if it's like arms out, and then starts going down, then somebody has to move that up, and there's potential for breaking it. So I think
over the weekend it just got
Yeah. So I think this is just
a pose that can hold it. But
I've got a feeling they might do a more dynamic pose later on, but I think this is like their safe pose because they know photographers are gonna get in there and whatever. So.
I do like the close-up that they're showing the open hatch gimmicks in the shoulders and the skirt area.
Oh wait, that was the one earlier. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see they open the armor, so you can see the internal gold frame.
Which is so F91 in a weird way, like very F91, very crossbone with the opening to discharge the heat. It's pretty. It's so pretty. I know I keep saying that. It's like, yeah, Paul, we know it's pretty. You get over it. But I can't. I'm genuinely impressed, and I'm just excited about a Strike Freedom.
I'm quite curious about how back heavy it will be, because we saw it's quite detailed. The Dragoon system on the wings. There's lots of parts. So I'm quite curious about that. Well, good thing it comes with the stand, so you just put it into an aerial pose and you're fine. And especially for Strike Freedom, because it's an aerial, flying Gundam, you do want to generally have it in the stand anyway for action pose.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have ever played any of the Gundam video games, I'm sure you'll agree with me that it looks very weird to see the Strike Freedom running around. It's like it's always jarring for me. There's certain Gundam kits that just like, yeah. And then this is Bandai's little marketing one sheet that they've got there, and now we get to see the frame a bit again. This time also like it's ugly now, because it's not being dressed up, and I gotta say it still looks good. It looks good.
Yeah, it's bare. It's not ugly. It's just bare. It's just
it's just the lighting. The lighting is not helping it. Yeah. It's butt ass naked. I love this. But it's also cool to see the toning, because this light is a lot more honest with the different colors used for the gold and for the for the metallic pieces, should I say? Because in Bandai's money shots, you're not seeing. I don't know. I just don't feel like you really see that variation properly. But here you really get to see it, and it's actually really cool. I love that.
The lighting situation is like very filled in from all directions, so you can't really see like the
Oh, it's very honest. I mean, even if you just look at this one sheet, you can see how dark Bandai likes to shoot it and how mysterious they like to make it, and how you don't really see a lot of that toning on it. And then that brings us back to the first image of this. So guys, this is what Shizuoka looks like. It's not quite as rockstar as Comic-Con or whatever it is. It's pretty straightforward.
Oh no, like here, there's a lot of, as you can see, we've got lots of tabs opened.
Yes.
They basically, there's like an article.
Thank you for...
there's an article categorized for certain sections. So they made one article just on the MGEX, because they want to give it the spotlight.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for listening to our podcast. This is the whole of Shizuoka, basically. Strike Freedom, goodbye. Anyway, no, what's next?
So cool. So they're covering what? SDE?
The X Standard.
Gundam Aerial.
Sweet. Gundam Aerial.
We're gonna see EG Strike Gundam. Hey, Strike Gundam came out though. So what's so special about this one? Well, let's see.
What's this? Grand Slam equipment, etc. He looks so cool.
Yeah, so this is like a new announcement at Shizuoka show, because a lot of the other model kits that we see at the show has been previously announced already, but this one they held it back for the show.
It's like surprise. So cool. I think it looks so good, but let's see if it passes the test, Jeff. Let's see, because SDX stuff is always great when you see it from the front. So, and then like, but I'm loving this already.
Why? What's wrong with the back?
Well, usually all the SD kits they all have very interesting issues. Like you can see it here, it's a small one. There's a little bit of a gap here, but that's acceptable. That's easy to fill with some putty. No worries.
So basically, what Paul is saying, like a lot of the SD kits, they have hollow gaps
in the back,
just so that there's pieces. But with this SDEX Gundam Aerial, did they show the back? with these images?
They didn't, and I have seen images of its back. I thought it was they were going to show it off here.
I think you got to go to Bandai's official site to see it. But yeah, I've seen it from the back as well. But there's no hollow gaps, so that's like, oh, you know,
It's so good to hear.
So, and now
but guys, I just want to linger on this a little bit longer, just for the viewers, just to get it in there, like get your eyes in and really check it out. This is a cool little like SD, and I really love the way that they've done the proportions. I mean, I'm very much in love with this design, but I really think this. I like, yeah.
Is it just me, or they've did they extend the proportion of the SD Gundam this kit? Like the legs.
It looks like it, because you know that SDX has 2 different frames, right? Are you aware of that?
No. That's the
silhouette.
SD, cross silhouette, the CS.
Yeah. So
SD,
I think.
CS.
So I feel like they've learned some lessons from that, and they kind of put them into this SDX, because this does seem a bit more of that silhouette, the cross silhouette size. You know, the legs are definitely longer, and the arms. I'm
quite curious because, like, you know, there's with the SD, you know, proportion line of kits. There's been multiple lines, and the SDCS, the cross silhouette line, has been an older line, but then like they kind of almost got discontinued, and they went with the SDEX standard line, which is like a newer, but then they made them, because the SDCS was a bit more how do I put it, pricier, because they had more part separation, they had more parts, and they felt, maybe they wanted to introduce more, you know, with the SDEX line they went a bit cheaper with less parts, just to bring in more newcomers or kids into it. So now with this kit, it looks like they're trying to take their learnings from the SDCS and apply, saying, okay, how can we upgrade the quality of it but still keep it in the same line, you know?
No, that's the vibe I'm getting as well. And I'm sure like all of our fans of like the SD kits, and we have quite a few of them in the build force that are excited about SD stuff. I'm sure they're very excited to see the aerial. I know I am. So that's really cool. So I'm just going to check in here. This is the EG, the early grade or entry grade Strike Gundam. But there's some interesting stuff happening here. Like,
so I see at the top there, it's like it says Gunpla cross, and in some Japanese words I can't really read. It's like, okay, so it's a collaboration project, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's some eggs there. So what's going on? Let's check it out.
So we're gonna get into this now. This I did read the article about this, but this is so cool. They're coming with. It looks like, I think it's for this campaign, which I think is meant to be the 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary for. I think I think it's the 20th anniversary. I don't know if it's Seed anniversary. Could be. Or could be the company's. Right. Could be the collaboration company's 20th anniversary. Did you see the video promo, the advert for this thing?
No, I didn't, but I know what that is. It's a freaking bath bomb, which is so random.
Yeah, so like, that's a collaboration.
It's like, Jeff, have you ever used a bath bomb before? Be honest.
I have.
Have you?
Yeah,
wow. Yeah. I have yet to experience a bath bomb. Perhaps this will be my first time. So I think it's such a weird. I've never looked at a bath bomb and gone, oh, you know what? I need one of those in my bath. You know, I've never like thought of getting one, but now, because it looks like it's coming with the Gundam. Check out the next images and see like what you get in the bath bomb. But dude, yeah, that's why I'm excited. That's why I want to try this bath bomb out, because I mean, the active mode, Strike Freedom, whatever. He's just a peripheral. We're getting the Grand Slam, which that looks cool.
Grand Slam, yeah. But what's the cool? So where's the bath bomb?
I think it's here, right? Yeah. And then there's a capsule toy in it, and it's a mini Gunpla.
Yeah, and you see like the layers right above it.
Yeah,
like the layers. So it's 3 runners that makes a ball, and also the clear glass. Well, not clear.
So glass, not only are we getting a mini pla, we're getting scratch building stuff. Nice.
Yeah. So dude, like the outside, the outside is the bath bomb, and then inside you get a mini Gunpla. It's not to
Operation
scale.
Meteor.
It's not to scale as the Intergrade Strike, but it's pretty cool. And I really love that they chose
it's definitely not. The Marine.
I love they
Zogok?
chose the mobile suits. Yeah, they chose the Marine mobile suits.
I think
so you can
that's
play
called
with them in.
Is it called a Zodok or Zogok? I can't remember now.
I don't.
I honestly can't remember.
I know
But yeah, they are. Yeah,
they're
they're Marine suits.
Yeah.
So like, sorry, it's got this silly ad thing in the way here.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Jeff will hopefully show nicer pictures. What are these, Jeff? I want these.
Oh.
I don't know why I want them, but they look silly, and I know I like silly.
Yeah.
I like silly Gundam stuff.
So I think they're called just Gunpla-kun.
Gunpla-kun.
And they release it's a scale 1-to-1 Gunpla-kun, because I think it's like in video promotions or something, and it's just called a Gunpla-kun. So they're releasing in white model kit. That's the most interesting about that white model kit is like, okay, they want you to paint it, but it's the material that's the most interesting part. So it's not just the plastic injection. They're using a lime mix technology, which is like limestone mixed with plastic. So it's more eco-friendly. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So have you seen, like, I think it was earlier this year or end of last year that they released those. Not the Ecoplan. They released those dinosaur model kit. There was a little smaller version of the T-Rex with the Triceratops.
Yes.
Ones.
Yeah.
So that was their first time that Bandai used this Limex technology. So now they're using it for this Gunpla. Yeah.
That's very interesting. I hope we can get some of these. I think they're just goofy enough to be cool. And Jeff, for as long as Jeff has known me, I've always been an RX-78 nut. I love RX-78. I grab as many of them as I can. So having RX-78 in cool, goofy mode like this is like perfect for me. And also, why is Gact in this shot? I think that's Gact. And then there's the dude from TM Revolution. I don't know the names of Japanese pop stars really, but I know what they look like. So if they steal my wallet, I know who to report to the police. This guy, he's like really, really good looking and stuff. Stole my wallet. He's also a Japanese pop star. He looks like that, like this dude on the poster. Like, that's what I know. That's about as much as I know. And I know the guy's voice from TM Revolution is amazing. Well, I know why are they involved? What is the deal here?
I've got no idea, but I think they did some collaboration just to promote these figures or something.
Possibly. Yeah. There's a Zaku, Jeff. There's a Zaku. I want the Zaku. Sorry, these are exciting. Oh, cool. It's Unit 1 and 2. And there's 3 is probably like this guy here. He's like checking my Gundam out. He's like, you won't have it. I guess I will. These are so goofy. I love this.
You see, it says Limex material. Yeah.
Sweet. Very sweet. Oh, now we got more pictures of like Aerial. Aerial's like, don't forget about me. I'm also goofy and cute.
It's looping back. Yeah.
I was hoping we were just gonna get surprised with some shots of it from the back. Oh well. Anyway, just looks like we're gonna have to move over to the next thing.
If you want, you can always go to Bandai's site to look at it. But look, take our word for it. Yeah, if you Google it and you see the pictures from the back, you won't see gaps. You won't see hollow gaps.
Yep. That baby's got back. I don't know if I can say that. Moving along. Anyway.
What's this section?
RG God Gundam expansion set. HG Red 3 Giant Team set. HG Gundam Aerial, etc. will be exhibited for the first time. 60th Shizuoka Hobby Show 2022 Bulletin Report Bandai Spirits 3 Gunpla Edition.
Alright. Cool. That was quite a mouthful, huh? Cool, so yeah, we've got RG God Gundam, riding a Funsaki. Yeah, so, when the news first came out for the RG God Gundam, it was aimed for June release, but, they postponed it to August, which I don't mind.
Thank you, Bandai. Thank you.
Yeah, gives us more time to save up for it.
Exactly. So some interesting stuff happening here, like what they're showing us. So this is not necessarily to show off the G Gundam so much, but more to show off the expansion set for the G Gundam. And the expansion set, if you guys want to know, is not the horse. Okay, so if you're excited about, well, the unicorn technically, if you're excited about Fuunsaki, yeah, we can't help you with that yet because we don't know anything about it other than this looks like the Fuunsaki that they did with Master Gundam. But
it comes with Master HG Master Gundam.
Master Gundam, which I hope Bandai is reprinting like mad dudes, because a lot of people are going to want Fuunsaki, especially now that they've seen this shot and they're like, oh, it's compatible. But the other thing is, like, for the power rings, and I can never remember the name of the damn things, but for that like sunset power attack or whatever that it has, it's now got it now separates the rings, because the rings aren't like one disc. They're actually three separate discs. I mean, you guys can see this, you're not blind. But this piece actually separates them, and that is part of the expansion set, as well as, and if you call now, you will also get this power ball for the King of Hearts. He's like King of Hearts thingy. And I'm not sure if the glowing hands are part of that. But
you can see the King of Hearts within the ball as well. The King of Hearts.
So this is actually, this is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I think the burning hands, or like, what do they call it? Godfinger.
Yeah, Godfinger. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's part of the
shining finger. It's not stinky finger though. Anyway. Yeah.
Isn't shiny finger part of Shiny Gundam's move?
Shining Gundam. Yeah, that's right. And Godfinger.
Look, again, I might be wrong. It's been so long since
it's also been so long, but like I sort of remember that. If I'm wrong, I'm sure the internet will tell us. Somebody in the comments will be like, well, actually. So we'll be like, well, fine. Guys, I think this is very cool. If, for example, you're the kind of guy who wants to, maybe you really love this scene, and Bandai knows that you love this scene because they've done the market research and they know that this is like a great money shot for you to have, you know, for this expansion set. For me, I don't like taking a real grade and forcing it into some kind of money shot position, because it's got all of this posability, it's got all this cool stuff that you can do with it. It feels like a waste for me to just keep it in like something like this. But then again, I'm not that guy. I know that there's a lot of guys out there that are like chomping at the bit now. They're like, where can I order this? Can I get one of these now? Sadly, it's P Bandai only, it seems.
Yeah, but look, even without the expansion set, it's perfect on its own. It doesn't need expansions. Expansion set.
The other thing I was going to say.
You don't need the effects.
Yeah, like, I agree with you on that fully.
All you need is the base God Gundam, and you just need another model kit with his hand, the God finger or shiny finger, over the other Gunpla's, head, and just destroying his head. That's all you need.
Exactly. That's all you need. You can practice your glow painting effects.
You don't need the fancy effect pots.
Totally. I mean, unless you like them, but then, yeah. But I feel you, dude, like totally. This is still an outstanding kit. I love that. I've seen this G Gundam a lot over the last few months, and I'm still not bored of its design. If anything, I'm even more intrigued by its design. I really can't wait to get my hands on this kit. I mean, look at these poses. It can really do that whole... It looks so cool, man. It's just got such a... It's got a great energy. Sorry, now I've gone and now... Yeah, I can pick your nose with its feet now. But that's impressive. That's really, really impressive. It can do like a proper, sky kick.
Not only that, and still balance on one leg.
One leg, exactly.
Because at the moment with that kick, the weight distribution is more forward. So all these hand options and the blades, it's all part of the regular release, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. I'm very happy to hear that. Because it would make me very sad if I don't have like this hand for God Gundam, and if I don't have this hand, because it looks cool when it's like, Anyway, and then also this. Anyway, okay, moving along. These guys are so cool, but this just makes me sad because it's P Bandai only, from what I understand.
Yeah,
No,
And from what
I think it's retailer exclusive. Sorry, in Japan.
I think it is P Bandai.
Yeah. No, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually sold at a specific store in Japan. So
Is it? Okay.
yeah,
So what is?
I
think this is called what's it? The third MS team.
Yeah.
TriStars or something.
the red TriStars.
Yes. Yeah, the red TriStars. And
I love
think I heard
this.
somewhere that I think I heard somewhere that it's actually just one kit with all the optional parts. So you don't like buy it and you get 3 kits. You get one
You have
kit.
to buy 3 kits. Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to choose which one you want, which configuration that you want. You know? I think I could be wrong. Or it could be like a box or 3 kits. So
that would be cool. These are very, very, very cool designs. Listen, it's nothing you haven't seen before except for the head and maybe the cannons. But I feel like we've seen those cannons before from Bandai, not necessarily with a kit. I think when Bandai does those parts campaigns where they release
optional parts.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we've seen those before. But I love the head designs on this. They're very different for Gundam. Especially this one.
But it's nice to see these Gundams because it's based off the foundation of the Ground Gundam or the Blue Destiny Gundams.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think this unit here looks very I swear I've got something similar to this that I got from a Gundam parts campaign. But I love these. They kind of they're very outrageous in terms of their color schemes. They remind me a lot of tuner cars, Japanese tuner cars. I think personally I think they could use a few more decals, but they're cool. I just don't want to look at them too much because it is definitely P Bandai. Hey, confirmed. Yeah, so we won't get them. I'm sorry, guys. But it's fine because we're gonna get this guy.
This is not P Bandai though, so that's great news.
This makes up for it.
Yeah,
dude.
So what is it? This is the
Aerial Gundam.
Gundam Aerial.
Or Gundam Aerial.
It's really cool to see it in flesh. Well, we've seen them in produced before,
the
but
render
they're all
shots, yeah.
Well,
so these are
shots.
the ugly shots, the honest shots. We're seeing them in there.
The honest shots in the wild, not in the photo booth.
So the cool thing is, a lot of their appeal. I don't know how you feel about this, Jeff, but for me, the appeal is still there. I'm still liking a lot of it. I am seeing a little bit of work that I would want to do to mine. Namely, I would want to thin out these antenna a little bit. Because I just feel, for me, they look a bit chunky, but I know why they're designed that way.
The HG kits, V-fins generally is always quite chunky. You just got to thin it down. Yeah. It's trying to protect the kids, because generally HG is more friendly, so they can't have pointy bits poking a kid's eye out, and then they're going to
I'm just hoping we get more fists, more hands than these fists, because I hate when we just get the fist hand.
Yeah, you don't get really expressive open hands or something. Yeah, so hopefully you get more. We'll see.
But so far, looking good. Jeff, your thoughts? Do you is there anything that's jumping out at you now that you've seen it in plastic form?
No, I think it was very accurate to what they released before. They were being very honest with it. Yeah, it looks good.
That's
nothing surprised me that I haven't.
I was hoping we would see. I was hoping we would see some of the gimmicks in play here, but Bandai still.
Look, it's gonna be. Yeah, because they don't want to spoil the anime,
of course.
They gotta surprise it in anime. One thing though, go back.
Yeah.
So we do have information on the release month. Oh, yeah, go back.
Ooh.
It's
one more.
October.
Sorry,
yeah. We don't have.
It's going to coincide with the anime. So.
Yeah. Of course. They always do that.
Yeah, no, they do. But I mean, I thought they might have. I was hoping that we might have gotten it a little bit sooner. But.
Yeah. So one thing that we don't know is the price point. We don't know yet, but it wouldn't be too much, I think.
And then here's what is it? It's Bahia.
Bagua?
Yeah, Bagua. Yeah, Bagua. This one, the purple one. Until I hear it in the anime.
Bagua or something. Bagua.
Yeah, Bagul. Bear Grylls, whatever. The kit looks much better to me than the render does, personally. Yeah,
No,
I
they-
just yeah.
They didn't show it
Just-
in render though. They showed it in production when they reviewed.
Yeah,
it.
but they had that shot looked very clean. It's nice to actually see how the light's hitting like these clear plastic parts. There was something about this that popped out at me, although this horrible sticker is one of them that also popped out at me in a negative way. But aside from that, it's cool to see lots of clear part use.
Yeah.
Posability
The thing-
is good, but I suspected as much.
The thing you talk about the sticker on the head, but is it the sticker underneath the clear part though? It's not a sticker over.
Over. Yeah, here it looks like it's over, but then on the next picture, it looks like it's
Yeah.
under. So maybe
It
when
almost
they
looks
pose...
like
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's a clear purple piece, and they just have a silver sticker that you stick underneath it, so it catches the light a bit better.
Either way, as long as there's molding in there that we can paint up, because it also looks like when they did this one, they put the sticker on the top, and then here with the kicking one, the sticker looks like it's inside. But that could also just be the angle of the photograph. This could very well just be the same kit that is kicking. So whatever, what do we know? But what's interesting here, and I don't know if this is just the lighting at the show, but the gray here looks kind of shiny. Like I don't know if that's the show lighting that's making it do that, or if maybe there's something to do with the material, the plastic, if they've like put some kind of metallic flake in there. It's Bandai, they probably didn't. Yeah.
But generally, like the display kits at these shows, they're generally painted and panel lined.
Yeah. Or at least top coated. Yeah.
Like when I say painted, they are painted to like the spec of the model kits, I guess. So they don't have to use stickers. They just paint the detail. Parts,
Yeah, exactly. And then we got this one whose name I also totally forgot for some reason. I'm bad.
Gundam Lupus.
Yes. Oh, the Labrise. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, however.
This looks stunning. This looks very, very cool.
I really love the design and the proportion of this compared to the Aerial.
There is a slimmer quality to this compared to the Aerial. The Aerial does look a bit chunkier here, in the upper chest section of the torso.
Yeah.
So
I feel this Gundam Lupus feels more balanced proportionally.
yeah, curious. This once again, my opinion hasn't changed on this. I'm still excited about this. I still think these are cool looking kits, and more importantly, I think they're fun looking kits. They look like they're going to be a lot of fun to build. It's going to, they're definitely going to add some new experiences to our Gundam building. Because you get so used to building kits,
Especially HGs. HG kits. Their build design is quite similar from one to the next. Like when it comes to master grade kits. They're always quite unique, generally, but when it comes to HGs, like the fundamentals of how the kit is designed and parts come together is quite similar. But looking at these, they feel there's a more refreshing take, not just externally, but it almost feels like internally there's mechanically engineered slightly different.
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, exactly. And then these are all from Kukuro.
Speaking about different. Yeah. This is quite a different Zaku, eh? You know more about this, right? This was like a meme, right?
Yes, yeah, the long nose for the Zaku.
Yeah. They took like a poorly animated Zaku, and then they actually made a legit reason to say, it's made out of like scrap pieces or like poorly repairs or something.
Yeah, and like the long face.
So what's the story with the Zaku?
It's just one of the, if I'm not mistaken, this is the main in that. So that Kukuro Doa's island, or Doan's island, Kukuro's Doan's island. That whole episode is kind of like, it's a very ambitious episode. They try to do too much in one episode. So it's kind of like, I think that's one of the reasons we're seeing it as a movie as well, so they can tell the story properly, because there's a lot of like layers and complexity there. But basically, this guy's the big bad guy for that episode. But then it's Gundam, so is he really a bad guy? So that's the whole thing. And so this, if I'm not mistaken, the long nose one is the leader's one.
Yeah. Well, from what I've seen in the promo, it seems like he's the Xeon pilot is like he defected, or he didn't want to be in the war anymore because like he was looking out, like he came across some children or something, and he just felt, okay, like I don't want to be part of this anymore. Like he wants to look after the children. And then he was just like, he was just looking after these kids on the island. And then the Gundam came, and then all of a sudden, like other Xeon forces came, so he's left in a position where he has to fight the others, like his former comrades or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, and that was my take from seeing the promo trailer.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. There's a lot of interesting stuff that goes on there because he's not just a defector. There's a little bit more there, but yeah. Well, I wouldn't say. It's difficult to say if he is a defector. I don't want to say anything because the movie's coming out. I don't know what they're changing. I haven't watched the Kukuro Doan's Island in a long time. Or that episode, because firstly, that episode's not on the box sets. You can only get that on the Japanese box sets. So the last time I watched it was like a web rip, and that was a very long time ago, and I can't find it again. So anyway, I'm not going to go into more of that, but these kits are amazing, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers are looking at this going, oh, this is so amazing, I want these Zakus, I want these Zeeks. Or maybe they're just like, what's with that long face?
Yeah, I think it's like it's intentionally made to be dorky. And like I also kind of wonder like how color accurate would this be, because remember, this is just the HG, so I feel lots of it you would have to print, or they give you like shoddy effects stickers just to make it look like, because I feel like that shield, for example, leg, where it's supposed to look like it's like armor breaking off, but essentially when you get the actual kit, the whole thing is going to be in green, and then give you like a gray sticker that goes over the under armor parts, you know.
So that's probably why this is a P Bandai, because it requires work.
I think the appeal is also quite niche, you know. Like who wants to buy a
I don't know. I want to believe, but that's kind of there's an argument we can have about that, because I think there's a huge market for this kind of Xeon, you know, or for this kind of Zaku, you know. I think because weathering is a lot more popular today than it was, say, 5 years ago, and 5 years before that, weathering was like nobody weathered their Gundam kits, or if they did, they overdid it. But it's slowly been building. It's a slow building trend, but now we're kind of there. So I feel like Bandai is more than anything just experimenting with these to see how people react, and then maybe they'll do some kind of battle damaged line or something. Because I know, like back in the 90s when they released G Gundam and Wing Gundam in America, they actually did a whole line of these battle damaged Gundam kits that were lame. They were super lame. I hated them. But that did really well in America, so it's difficult to say, So yeah, these are P Bandai. Guys, this is the Origins Gundam, or the Origins RX-78, so nothing new there really. Yeah, maybe there's a small color.
I only see the difference is the sticker decals, the marking sticker decals is different designs. That was pretty much it.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, because you actually put your stickers on. I didn't. So I'm all about them. And there it is, Kukuro Doan's Island model kit, RX-78 box, blah blah blah. This is so cool. I'd love to own this just for the box, honestly, because I love these kind of Gundam posters, this style. It's so old school. There's some interesting rumors going around that if this movie is successful, that they might be rebooting the original series in that style as an OVA series like Origin.
Yeah, with like today's 3D animation technology
and all that stuff. Yeah. And Bandai, I've got to say, like, I know this is a little bit off topic. It's not off topic. Bandai are one of the few or not Bandai, Sunrise rather, are one of the few companies that can do CG in their animation the way that they do, and it feels good. Because we're going to talk about another kit just now, and their CG drives me up the wall. But yeah, so before we get there, We got more stuff from the
Wonder
show. I think this is Naoki's build. I just can't remember the name of this kit.
I think so. I know it's X Impulse, isn't it?
Yes, there it
It's
is.
not the,
Yeah,
it's not the Impulse Gundam. It's they called it the X Impulse Gundam.
X Impulse Gundam. Yeah. So this is completely like a kit. You know. I think it.
Yeah, it's not from the anime. It's like it's meant from like coming from a kit designer, and then now it's like, oh, it's his design, and we'll mass produce. Well, not mass produce. It's P Bandai.
But we'll honor it with its own release because it's got the Strike Dagger pack. I think it's the the ale. No, the.
I can't remember what pack.
I can't remember the name of the system. I think it's the IPMS system or something.
No, I don't think it's IPMS because it's got the IPMS is got the different laser cannons and it's got swords on the side. But yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a cool backpack.
Anyway, it looks pretty cool, but you know, too bad it's P Bandai.
P Bandai, but thank you Naoki for designing it. And then there's also this this Jin, I think it's called something the Red Juggernaut or something.
I think it's the Gladiator Jin.
Gladiator, there we go. Yeah. What did you say? Gladiator Juggernaut?
No, Gladiator Jin.
Gladiator.
I hope I'm not wrong. Which features in the Eclipse.
Eclipse, yeah.
And them CD Eclipse, yeah.
And then there's a cool magazine in the background. So
it's also P Bandai.
Also P Bandai.
If you see that little black and gold logo, it's like, oh yeah. Chance of you getting it is very low. Or you're gonna
we don't want to be negative, but it's just you're gonna have to work hard to get one because it requires some effort. Here's Shenlong. Here's Shenlong here. Is it Shenlong? I can never remember. I always call it Shenlong Gundam, but it's actually
Shenlong Gundam.
Yeah, but I know there's also Ultron and gets like a bit much.
Ultron is the last, isn't it? In the Endless Waltz.
Yeah, it is, but then I don't know. They've changed it. It's annoying, but anyway, still looks good. Still looks like a fun, easy build. I'm sure the guys are very happy. We finally got heavy arms in stock, so this is the next one down the pipe. Really, they've done a great job on the dragon heads. And
then finally, the boy band's finished.
Yes, the boy band is now complete. Operation Meteor, the most dangerous boy band in Gundam. Well, arguably the most dangerous boy band in Gundam. It's finally complete. And here we got more of that Raider, which is still looking good. It's still looking very good. It's actually nice to see it also in the wild with unflattering lighting, so I can actually really look at the kit. Yeah, this is actually great.
It's not too bad of a lighting, but it's not a staged studio.
Yeah, it's not studio.
The detail is really cool.
This feature is so unbelievably like cheesy, but they pull it off here. Like, I'm looking at this going, that's actually cool. You know?
Well, the photographer's shooting it from the top. When they shoot it from the bottom, they're gonna see a little Gundam.
Looks like
poking out.
Yeah. So that's from the full mechanics line, and then Sigrun. I'm so excited for this. When they
first announced this kit in like 3D renders, the colors was more purple and darker, wasn't it? Actually, I prefer this lighter purple feel because it almost looks like silver. I don't know if it's the light.
Oh, this kind of azure blue look. Yes, I feel you on that.
Feels more light.
I think this is a a black dress, white dress situation. So I don't really want to comment too much on the color here. But I think it's safe to say that it is definitely leaning towards that sort of azure blue that you're mentioning. It's very similar to the Gan or the Gian.
I was gonna say if the color palette's kind of similar to the Asmodeus that they released
yeah, I still haven't had a chance to look at the plastic of that in hand, so I'll only know then. I can never remember this dude's name. It's like the red one.
Can't remember.
Those guns are cool still though, hey? Those are really cool guns. That I gotta say, this like elevates the kit a bit more for me. These guns. It was never in a bad place in my mind. It was just like second place or third place for me. But it's like kind of like second and a half place now for me. Seeing those guns, I'm kind of like, that could be fun. And then, it's is it Benjamin?
It's your Bloodborne GPO4 Gundam.
Bloodborne GPO4. There he is. He looks so Bloodborne. You know,
that hat.
Actually,
and those belts.
Yeah. Also, like, he's just so gothic. I mean, now he's mysterious. Ein Mysterieux.
Like, I swear there's a armor set like that in Dark Souls with the hood.
Dude, I'm pretty sure there is. Like, I know that in Elden Ring, I've got a armor set that I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's called the. It's like, but I've got like bandit armor that does this, so it's very similar to that. Yeah. But once again, I'm sure the SD fans. I'm hoping the SD fans are excited about this because I think it's a really good kit, actually.
Well, I know Screech pre-ordered himself that.
Nice, Screech. Smart man. And then here we just got like too many guns. Damn.
Yeah, it's the Double Riser. I don't know. I know the Gundam's name, but I don't know character. I can't remember what the character's name.
No, I really can't either. It's just too many guns. Damn.
Yeah, all these heroes' names, like we can't remember the actual hero that they're based off, but we know the Gundam or the mobile suits.
Hey, it's Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah.
I joke. And then we got this bad boy. He looks good as well. I think that's meant to be like the Robin Hood or something.
Yeah, it's Robin Hood. It's the Age 2 Gundam. Well, it's based off the Age 2 Gundam.
Well, the design has got to be for something. The Cubile Cleopatra. This is so cute. This is super cute, man. This looks like such a jolt to paint. Hey.
It's got mecha boobs there.
Hey, mecha boobs.
And it's got little snakes. That's cute.
I think this is rad, man. Why? Like, the painted version looks so much better than the previous shots they had. It's way cooler.
They previously released the Cleopatra SD kit, right? But it's like it had a different design, I think. It was like an evil version or something.
Yeah.
And speaking about evil version, now this is like the evil. What's it like?
Extra Sun Wukong.
Yeah. So the Cleopatra that we saw now looks like the good version now, right? And now with this black and purple one, this is the Impulse Goku Gundam. You've got this kit.
Yeah, this is Sun Wukong. Yeah,
but now this is the evil version.
This is super cool. Yeah. Like I like the previous kit they did. It was a lot of fun. Still need to actually paint mine. Story of my life. This would say on my tombstone. I need to paint that. But anyway, this looks so cool. Like, it's just so extra.
This is the DX version. Yeah, the DX version. Yeah. So it's got like every optional parts to like make all the different forms.
It's a wide box.
Yeah, you get the beast form, or you get the heavy fist form, or the heavy legs form, or you can combine all three or whatever. Yeah. And these are cool. These came out just now. Like this is the Arthur Mark III Gundam, and the other one is I think Caesar Legends Gundam.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Just for me, it's too much clear plastic. I mean, he says that after swooning over this thing, but I just feel like this. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why. If I see these painted solidly, I might actually appreciate them more because I can't. There's too much crystalness happening here for me to really.
Yeah, like I actually like we've got these coming in like packed with our next shipment. Ooh.
Oh, that's kind of spoilers.
Kind of spoilers. But I actually grabbed. Oh no! Wait, is it clear? Is it fully clear? Even a yellow? No, the yellow is gold.
Yeah, this looks like a special clear edition. Yeah.
This is a clear. This is a special edition, so this is not the normal edition. But okay.
Yeah, for the Saint Seiya fans, it's a 7th Sense Awakening version. Sorry.
So I grabbed the extra one for myself of this Arthur Mark III because I have a Elden Ring inspired custom.
Oh, cool, man.
Because Elden Ring, they've got the glintstone sorceries. That's like the blue swords and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
there's a glintstone giant sword.
And cool, now they've got these like awkward Gundam as like key rings. That's cool.
Gunpla cool.
And so good. Look at that. Let's go.
Yeah, that's so cool. Hopefully we can get some of those.
Charles. It's a red comet. And then, yeah, and then this is obviously future releases. Hey, Z-God gangs. Yeah. And also I love the pose for the ball.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. Yo, that fully armored double Z Gundam.
If only they had
Crazy.
a goof custom. They have a goof in there, but
They've got goof.
Yeah.
And then, Jeff, I think it's fair to say that we can sort of speed through these a little bit.
Yeah, I think we got
because I want to get to the next section. Yeah, because we're running out of time for at least this episode. Yeah.
So this one's like their Figurize blog or article. So they've got the Figurize Ultraman, yeah. Sweet.
Who's looking great, and I can speak from first-hand experience that these are great. These are fun kits. This looks even better than the kit that I've got in terms of its quality. Like, I'm seeing.
I'm looking forward to building my Ultraman.
Yeah, because you got one, but I don't want to say which one you got, so that no spoilers, you know.
Well,
dude, I want this Black RX.
It's not here just yet. It's not here just yet, but hopefully we get it soon. Yeah.
I want this Black RX from this series. I've decided. I want Figurize Black RX. Like, okay, these guys are cool. He's especially cool, but I mean, we spoke about these ad nauseum last time. Nothing much has changed. They look pretty much the same.
The difference this time is we see them like in real physical forms, not CG renders, and we see them at a show.
And they're still looking good. I mean, there's very few guys. Oh, look at that! This Black RX. I must have this. He looks so good, like so good. I don't even think I'd paint this. I'll just have it as a cool figure like this. I dig it.
Okay.
It's very cool. But yeah, cool to see them in the light, in the proper light. Oh, and then they're just going into the piece separation again, and yeah, and then there's Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, those Star Wars kits are great, eh? The character stuff, the Figurize ones. Oh, some soft goods, hey? It's actually soft. Yeah, interesting.
It's actual cloth material. Yeah, it's
actual cloth.
What do they call it? Felt.
Yeah, in the toy side of things, we just call them soft goods because it's soft and they're good. But anyway, yeah, Star Wars stuff is looking healthy, but not really too worth getting excited. And there's Grogu.
Yeah.
So, and he looks great, but it's Grogu. So for the Grogu fans, yeah, I'm like, I dig him on the show. And then there's the small little Razor Quest. Oh, that's hyperbole. Small little. Anyway, these look good. They're great little miniatures, but I think a lot of us are more interested in the bigger stuff. And there's Mando or than John.
Yeah, so these are like the previously released stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like.
I think it's because of COVID. Like they didn't have all these Shizuoka shows, so they want to take this opportunity to feature some of their existing released stuff.
Yeah, just to bolster up their lineup. This shark thing is so crazy. I mean, I love sharks. I don't know if I'd get this, but yeah, it's random. It's educational. I'm just gonna go through
it's
them
cool.
quickly.
You can see all the multi-layered from the skeleton and and even to like a painted, build. It's cool.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Dinosaurs. Hey guys, if you want to, we got the T-Rex. I don't know if we still have it. I think somebody bought it. This is interesting. Like this kind of like, oh, that's how they present the sprues. That's actually very cool.
Yeah.
That's actually quite cool. That's actually go Bandai. What a smart way to like show this off. Actually. Okay, and then it's the mammoth. Yeah. And there we go. That's
the mammoth is like, if you freeze it, it goes brown, and if you take it out into normal room temperature, then it goes clear.
White. Yeah, or clear. Yeah. Fun. I think Zaku Aurelius.
Like thermoplastic.
Yeah. And we've had that stuff since like the 70s. So
I remember like when I saw that, I don't know if you remember this stuff, but I remember back in the day, like I think 90s, when I first came to South Africa when I was still in primary school, they had the Cocoa Pops or Fruit Loops that used to come with these spoons.
And they change color.
They're clear, and then when you dip them in the milk, because it's cold, it went solid color or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a G.I. Joe figure that when you put him in the sun, his skin changes, like goes purple, for example, but it's got nothing to do with the heat. It's a UV thing. It's a UV light activated effect. I had an Iceman. When you put him in the fridge, he gets these like blue ice trails on him, and like he like gets. There's been lots of cool stuff. Hot Wheels. I mean, Hot Wheels have great color changing features. There is a like hot water makes them change color quicker, so it's a cool thing. Guys, so prepare yourself for figurized standards such as Uma Musume, Tokai Teo, Digimon, Alphamon, and Dragon Ball Son Goku will be exhibited for the first time! Exclamation mark. 60th Shizuoka Hobby Show 2022 breaking news: Bandai Spirits 5 Anime and Game Edition.
Yeah, you don't have to go say the full thing.
But it's fun.
Well,
it's fun.
This is so weird. Like I don't know who this character is, and I did some research on it. It's like an anime where it's like a what's this racing derby where it's like instead of horses, it's like
horses. Yeah. Dude, all of that stuff aside, this is an amazing looking kit. Like
when I saw the runners, it just shows they put a lot of like effort in designing
this. It's so, I mean, the horse thing it puts me off it a bit, I will be honest, but everything else, the aesthetic, the design, the style, what an amazing character design. And what a great translation into model kit form. Like Bandai, they've gotten much better at this. It's so cool to see.
They're really investing their efforts into like girl figure, not figures, like girl model kits.
Girl kits, Gunpla.
Yeah.
Not model kits for girls, just model kits of girls. Gunpla.
Yeah, I think Gunpla.
Gunpla. Yeah.
Like their 30 minute sisters line, and they previously had a whole bunch of like other like girl model kits as well, so they're really pushing it.
To be fair, it's actually woman. It's Womanpla. Okay. Let's be part of the solution, Jeff. But I'm not laughing because I'm like shrugging it off. I'm laughing because let's get this right. This is interesting. It's got a horseshoe on her boot. That's so nuanced that I wonder if Nomi would be into this. Nomi is one of the members on our build force, and I wonder if she would be into this design.
Because she's big into her like anime figurines.
Figures, yeah. Nomi, please let us know. I'd love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, she's also big into her Gundam 00 Gunplas.
Yeah. So this still looks rad.
Alphamon.
I think Screech has just gone a little bit for this. This is really cool. Man, Bandai, I'm actually so glad that, like, a part of me, I don't know if you feel the same way here, Jeff. A part of me is a little bit excited that there isn't too much that's being unveiled, because at least we can afford what's coming out. Because, dude, this is difficult to resist. He's very cool. Like, I thought he was cool before.
The design, the surface detail designs is so... They really put a lot of effort into these kits.
A lot of visual interest. Yeah, it's great. Okay, this one not so much, but that's just because this is not my kind. This aesthetic doesn't appeal to me.
This one,
but
Gallantmon.
Yeah, it's Gallantmon, I think. Yeah.
I know Screech got the figurized amplified.
Gallantmon.
This one. This one looks so cool.
This is cool.
But yeah, the non-amplified version also look kind of cool, eh? Yeah, like a cute.
Yeah, I can objectively say it is. It's got a very cool sort of Rockman X kind of vibe to it, which is great. But I personally do prefer this kind of, for me, But I love
much
that, like,
edgy.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, it's more edgelordy, yeah.
it's so cool. I watched I think a bit of Screech's Twitch streams build of it. I can't remember if he built the whole thing in one stream or 2 streams, but yeah, it looked really cool.
Interesting kit, eh? And then we got Beelzemon, who has been released before, if I'm not mistaken. They're just showing him off again. Here's a cool Son Goku. This is the updated Son Goku for Figure-Rise.
Right. Oh.
He looks very good. This is definitely like if you want to build it straight out of the box, no painting. Thankfully, it looks like no stickers either. I think this is going to be a great kit. I have got some small issues with it. But yeah, he's really cool. And it's cool to have just non-Super Saiyan Goku. Just normal Goku.
You can't just say you have some small issues with it and not say what the issue is.
Well, I'm going to get into that now. I'm just letting it sell itself a little bit. But I'm going to get into that. So, number one, these forearm seams, they bug me big time. Seams are something that I feel, especially if you're trying to convince people to buy a kit and build it straight out of the box and be satisfied with the result, I don't think that seams should be handled this way. I think this is very bad form for Bandai, personally. Because this is a lot of... to fix seams on a figure kit is not the same as a Gundam. It's a lot more work. Especially because you're going to have to paint it afterwards. It's a lot of work. So, for me, as somebody who likes to... Yeah, unless there's a trick. Sorry, my English today.
Unless
out of airtime.
there is a trick, which is you can't just take cement. You can't just take cement and wedge it and you sand it off. What you need to do is you take some of the runners of that color. So let's say if you want the orange,
you melt it.
You take the runner and you take some clips off it and you apply the cement and you mix it so it becomes a gooey cement of that color.
Yeah.
Of the same plastic, and you apply the cement. Then when you sand it, then it melts everything together. Then you won't see the sanded
Which is a
seams.
super cool trick. It just sucks that people have to do that.
Yeah.
I've built the master grade from this, and I've built other Figure-Rise kits, and they've managed to disguise this kind of forearm stuff. So I don't know. It's a cool design. The proportions and stuff are great. Yeah.
I think the master grade Dragon Ball kits, they made master grade Dragon Ball kits. You don't see the internal skeleton though, but it's like a big model kit for Dragon Ball. And then these are Figure-Rise Dragon Ball kits, which I think it's a bit
tiny
smaller.
Ones. So let's see. I mean, maybe there's something, but I remember with the master grade, when you bent Goku's arm, the muscle came out a bit. Yeah, it was actually a very cool feature.
There's armor shifting gimmicks.
Yes, there's an armor shifting for Goku, for Son Goku. So, that's really cool. Good old Son Goku, Kakarot, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, it's got that. I can see they sort of have something here, but anyway, let's see. Let's put it this way. I think for the Dragon Ball Z fans who are just dying for a cool Goku figure, I think most of that will be fine. And also, when I look at the pictures here, those seams aren't as obvious. So it's possible that Bandai purposefully separated them a little bit to show people their seam technology can now make wonky seams. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe when it's assembled properly, you won't see it like that. So let's see. Hopefully there's new pictures coming soon. One Piece. What's this ship called? Going Merry or something?
I think so. I'm not too clued. I've only watched.
There's a red version of it.
I've only watched 200 episodes of One Piece, and I just stopped. I said, okay, this is...
So you don't know the name of the ship? Okay, well, good for you. Okay. It's a great anime. There's just a lot of it. Bandai style or Bandai Pokepla. Dude, have we seen the Magikarp before? Why do I feel like I haven't seen Magikarp before? And why do I feel like that's the coolest Pokepla for them to do? Okay, Charmander is charring there.
Funny that you bring up the Magikarp that we saw in the corner. I know Ebola Zaire and and Screech. They both want that Pokepla big Magikarp. Because
Why
it's
not?
a
It's so rad.
it's kind of big.
It's such a right. It's such a great talking piece. You know, people come into your house, they'll be like, "Oh wow, nice couch. Oh, you got a TV. Whoa, Magikarp." Yeah. Anyway, so guys, yeah, it's the Pokemon stuff. Then we got the. I'm not gonna do the whole thing now.
Oh.
But we got the HG amplified Imagine Ryujin Maru, RG Gaogaigar, and RG Gespensto. Bless you. Ryujin Maru. I keep saying Maru because I need to clear my throat. Ryujin Maru looks awesome.
Yeah, Ryujin Maru. Yeah, this is so sexy. And the white plastic looks like it's got gloss treatment to it.
Yeah, like the Sananju, like the RG Sananju.
Like you see the red, white seems like
super shiny.
Glass finish, and then the blue and the gray is just the normal plastic finish. Yeah.
So Jeff and I are very excited for this, dude, as I'm sure you can pick up from the conversation. Look, the beads look so good. This looks good.
I hope they're clear pieces for each.
They're clear. Yeah, it looks like. You know what I think they might be, Jeff? I think they might be bubble stickers.
Yeah, maybe.
Which
it's
is
been
fine.
a while since I've seen that.
Yeah, so I think that's what they are.
Okay.
Because I'm not seeing in the pictures. I'm not seeing that little bit of plastic. You know, that like joins. You know, into the back. So it looks like it could be that. So make sure that you paint these properly and then put on your bubble stickers. Anyway, I am amped for this. This is a very silly pose. I hate this pose. Shame on you, Bandai, for the silly pose. We're seeing the head separation, the parts. See, they've also done a bit of Mickey plating on this as well. Interesting. This is nice to see. I know we've seen renders of this. But still, it's nice to see.
My only concern with this kit is that perfect timing that you went to this picture is that the sword, the black on the sword, looks like it's gonna have to be stickers, probably. I don't know, but
for a non-painter, yeah.
Because you see, like the little gold details in the middle of the sword.
See the edge there, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to. Like, I know they probably paint. Look, if it's not part separated and we see this black, you know, in the end product, we're gonna get stickers. But here they probably painted it black. But again, I hope I'm wrong. But look, even if it's stickers, that's gonna be easy paint job.
Exactly. Some masking tape, a little bit of patience, some G paint, you're good.
So don't even need masking tape. It's hand painted. Just take your time.
I mean, like, you know, some guys are, but you know, they want that extra bit of, you know, security. Yeah, because I mean, if you're not going to paint the rest of the kit, for example, you just want to paint that detail, then it's a little bit. It's easier if you don't. It's easier to not have to clean a mess. You know.
Yeah.
Here's Gaogaigar, which you know Jeff and I spoke about at length. Looks good, but wait until you see how big this dude is. Oh, there's the kneeling pose.
So this is like the RG that's coming out like in September, I think. And this looks like it's to be the biggest RG to date. You know, it's like MG size RG.
And it's got the Shinkansen and the jets. And here's the little inner modes. So if you guys know how big the bases are, you can get a pretty good idea of how big the action bases are. You can get a pretty good idea of how big these guys are. Yeah.
So the internal mech already is like a normal RG size, and now you want to like add all these extra limbs and all that combination parts. It's just going to be like super big. Yeah, it's like pretty bigger than the average MG Gunpla kit. And it's got fully posable hands. Well, you know, like RG, they always got to have pre-molded joints, right? So it seems like now they just say, okay, and then like all them, like the older RGs, they have a full internal molded posable frame, but now with the recent RGs, they're starting to phase out that, and basically you just have gimmicky parts that have the molded frames.
Funnel
So
the funnel clips.
yeah, the funnel is in the RG new, and then now it seems like it's only the fingers that's the pre-molded. Yeah.
And then as we're
Which will
going
be
through here,
good to build, like.
yeah, I think this is going to be an incredible build. I think you're either going to get this for you're either one of two types of people. You're a diehard fan, or you're really excited about this as a build for yourself, irrespective of knowing anything about the anime.
Some wacky mecha or robot.
Oh, some wacky Japanese robot thing from.
And this is even wackier. It's like a support robot for the Gaogaigar, which is the giant, giant hammer. Yeah, it's a premium Bandai. So
I gotta say, this guy, and like I was very excited when I first saw him. I'm not as excited about him now, looking at him.
Okay.
I feel like he isn't as cool to me anymore in kid form. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like certain things in the... Yeah?
Maybe it's just like he's not posing. Maybe just the standing pose. That's why it just feels a bit
It could be that.
Maybe if they put him on like an action base and gave him an extra, aerial pose, you might be more attracted to that.
I'm also going to blame this a little bit. Hold on. I also think it's his fault. Because this is amazing.
Because they're both black, and then this one's like, oh, there's so much chunky.
This just, yeah, exactly, right? I just feel like if I'm going to buy something that's like a non-Gundam from an anime or series that, like this is from Super Robot Wars, and I'm like, it's cool. But the other one's from Digimon. I'm like, the Digimon one seems like more fun for me. But the Super Robot Wars really is a very niche thing. But let's see. Maybe I'm completely wrong when this finally comes out. But there's also a seam on the head, man. Bandai. Sis. Yeah.
No.
There's a seam here on the head. No, it's and there's seams on the shoulders. My Super Eagle model eyes are seeing this and they're very annoyed. Let's get another angle. Anyway, let's see. Maybe my supermodel eyes are lying to me because it really does look like a seam.
I just see that little rectangle on the head, and that's it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump out because we're getting to some very interesting stuff now. I don't know. Anyway, who's this? Jeff. You can speak about this guy.
So this is the Full Mechanics Kenbu Zan that's coming out in September or August.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Very cool.
I've got a HG of this coming in for myself, and I'm really excited. Well,
very cool. Yeah, man, that's such an interesting line. Like, I don't care much for the anime, to be very honest with you, but I really like the mech designs. Like, I like the story of the anime. I just haven't gotten into the anime. And here's this, like, what's this called? The Brad? It's the new Brad?
Brady Fox, is it?
Oh, is it the Brady
Fox? Brady Fox.
Brady Fox, yeah.
Because the other ones are called Brady Hound.
Yeah, oof. I'm in such a goofy mood. This backpack is cool, man, and that gun is rad.
It's got a big ass shield.
This is cool. Is this from?
I think this is the Brady Phantom.
Ooh, sneaky.
So
the second day I thought it was 30 minutes. Yeah.
Well, it's got similar mech designs,
Well, the Brady stuff is the Americans, right?
Yeah, the Brady is from the American army.
Faction, yeah, army, whatever. This is actually interesting. I like this. It's a cool design.
Well, this is from the Ghost.
Oh, okay. I know what
you're not watching the anime anymore, right? So I can say.
Yeah, but let's not spoil it for our viewers.
Okay.
And then here's the second Reiki.
Yeah, Reiki Kai. Yeah. I really love the wings in the upgrade.
It's so like grasshopper praying mantis-ish, like nice color actually. Like I know that we shouldn't go off too much on the color in the photos, but because black dress, red dress, black dress, white dress, whatever. But yeah, it's a nice yellow. It's very
well, you don't really see lots of mecha in yellow and white like this.
Sadly, right? That's got to change. That's got to change. Jeff. We got to change that. What is this?
And this is like a Joe Hound, but also Bandai.
Yeah. Is it Bandai? Interesting. It reminds me a bit of designs from
they play a supporting role, so yeah.
Oh wow, dude.
Yeah,
that's cool. Wow, he looks really good.
Yeah.
That is such a cool
color scheme.
Yeah.
Or did you want to say?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I love the color scheme, and the pose is cool too. But the color scheme, it's nice to see. Like,
so I think it's the same as the it's the base is Byakuchi, just it's different color scheme, but also comes with like extra weapons. So more like
I was gonna say, is it?
Got different.
Is this meant to be like sorry, Jeff. Yeah.
Armaments. It's got different armament sets. Yeah.
That's very cool. I've got a feeling people are gonna dig that. And then the 30-minute sisters stuff and some 30-minute mission stuff.
Okay, so as you can see, this is our last tab.
You talk us through this, Jeff, because you are the 30-minute bro.
Well, I know 30 minutes missions, but you're quite into your 30-minute sisters, yeah?
I am. I've got one that's sort of waiting for me to build. I kind of, it's one of those experiences I kind of want to share with people. What I mean by that is like I would like to document it, so that's why I haven't like started mine. But I gotta get on that quickly because they are releasing some cool parts, man. And like, look at this flight unit. It's very interesting. Like, this kit.
Luckily, this thing is this entire thing is one kit, so it's not. You have to buy the body and then buy the thing differently. This whole thing is one set.
Well, that's great news because these I mean they're fairly affordable, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to consider, and they are doing such a great job with this line. I think Bandai is kicking all kinds of butt. I know that we've seen this a lot. I really want this unit because I like this Walker armor that she's got here. It reminds me a lot of Metal Gear.
Really interesting. When they showed, exactly. That's what I wanted to say as well. Because when they showed pictures of this kit before, it was only shown as like a back thruster pack. It didn't show, this actually can fold out and actually become legs. So
yeah,
it's quite refreshing.
It has elevated this in a big way. To start with, I thought it was already cool, and I think this is a very popular design. But just the legs just bring it to a whole new level.
It's pretty interesting because, like, me personally, I'm not into figures or model kits of like girls.
Yes.
Like, I prefer my mix stuff. But especially with our shipment that just came on Tuesday, the thing that sold out first was Mobile Domain, which is like a mecha girl, Sold out first.
I think it's just because it's refreshing. I think a lot of guys were excited about that because it's not like a big chunky mech. It's like some finer forms, I think that's kind of my thing as well with these, because like I'm also not into like anime girly figures, so to speak. Like, it's just not my jam. But I do like the idea of that of being able to combine them with parts from other similar size Gundam kits or 30-minute missions kits or whatever, and getting that like really cool half mecha look to them, which I really dig. And that kind of overrides the sort of kawaii cute girl thing for me. It actually turned it into something a bit more, for me at least, more robust looking, more scary. But the quality on these, I mean, look at this hair, the sculpt on this hair. And this is an impressive piece of technology that they've got here. Like, it's a really good kit. I think her hands fell off though, but anyway. But these are so awesome. So
I can see the bunnies. The bunnies is coming out in November and December. So much later.
Cool. And also, like, I think the appeal to something like this as well is if you never painted, just building one of these up and having it by your desk to put into like cool kicking poses and whatever's. It's got a similar appeal to Gundam, like in that respect. personally, this, like where we're looking at now, for me personally, it's kind of where I draw the line with this. Like, and also, please, no judgment. I'm not saying this. This is just like, for me, I just kind of draw the line a little bit in having like anime girls in bikinis. You know, there's one thing if you got an anime chick or anime character in like armor and stuff and whatever. I felt it's another thing entirely with this on my desk. It's a whole different
don't
vibe.
judge.
However,
Don't judge other.
exactly, yeah. But that's the thing. It's like, it's not judgment. It's just, this is a reflection of my own personal taste and my own personal feelings on it. That said, you know, you do you. The thing that is cool here, the appeal to these, if there's one thing I can definitely say, is these are great for reference. You know, if you're like somebody who likes to draw and paint and stuff. Yeah. So
as you can see, like how the light hits the surface, and
especially for the sort of midsection here of like the abs and the hips and whatever's, which, you know, can be very tricky situations to light up and illustrate. So that's really cool. That's a nice like sort of tweak to these. If there's something that I can say that's super positive about this line. And also I think they could be fun to paint too.
Yeah. I remember when we first covered, you know, when these optional body parts got announced, and we covered it in the podcast, and you said, oh, you know, is the leg going to be having like a seam line because it might turn or something? But you can see it's like a solid leg piece.
Oh, but yeah, but here it still can turn, hey? Like there.
No, there's nothing there. Is it?
There is there.
I don't see any lights. Yeah.
You can catch it on the replay. But it's there. It's there. I'm not making it up because I can see it like at least 6 times. Yeah, so
yeah.
Cool. And then there's just more of these, and they're looking good, and there's a better shot. You can see there's a seam there.
Oh yeah, there is a seam. Okay, I lost $50.
Oh well, it's fine. It's Nando's. Well, it's not even Nando's. Anyway.
No, we didn't bet on this. Just...
I love the K-pop pose.
Pop star.
Pop star. Yeah, you see, you can do stuff like that. I think it's nice to sort of unleash your imagination in that respect, where you can, you know, maybe make some pop star kits or whatever's. You can have some fantasy characters.
Gives me Ghost in the Shell vibes.
This one or the one before? This one gives me some Ghost in the Shell vibes.
Generally these, you know, or even like Eva Pilot.
Yeah, they do remind me a lot of the plug suits from Eva. This is cool. It's a cool gun. It's like a bit OTT, but it's rad. Anyway, there's a lot of this stuff, and
those guns are from 30-minute missions, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, that's why the name is kind of similar, you know, 30 minutes missions and 30-minute sisters. Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get 30-minute bros?
I don't know. well, 30 minutes missions is kind of 30-minute bros, right?
Yeah, but they're all mechs, right? So like, I mean, there's no gender. No, I'm just curious because it's interesting that they didn't do male characters first. They obviously understand that female characters will do better. So we've seen some of these before, but yeah.
By the way, just useless info to the viewers, just in case, like, if you're wondering what the name, like 30 minutes missions or 30, like, what's this whole 30-minute thing? It's basically the design team within Bandai when they made these 30-minute missions and sisters. Is the whole idea is like it's a simple kit that you can build up within 30 minutes. Well, around that time range. Yeah.
Minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so we've covered these, but there's some pictures in here that I think guys are gonna really dig.
Yeah, the thruster pack there.
Not thruster
pack. Yeah, thruster and canister pack. Yeah.
Yeah. The which I think
it just makes me. It's the first thing that came to my mind is the full armored unicorn Gundam with a twin canister.
I'm quite keen on those myself, these packs, because I can see them being used really nicely for Gundam stuff, and I can just imagine Nenji going nuts with these for scratch building. And as we go through, sorry, I know that I'm jetting through these, but we've seen a lot of these guys before, you know?
Yeah, and here they're showcasing the optional rifle pack, and those that rifle looks so good, and a Gatling gun. It's like one pack that you can just interchange.
Yeah, that minigun looks cool, hey?
Yeah, it's so good. I actually want to. It's like, maybe I want to get this for my Goof custom and swap it out.
Maybe you do. Let's see what you can do. I'd like to see what you do with that. There are tons of kits. Like for me, even for the master grade Gundam Red Warrior, I don't necessarily love how they did some of the weapons for that. So I'm always on the lookout for like cooler looking weapons for that. So looking at these, I'm like, there are parts here I could scratch build and cut up and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, a good thing to note is 30 minutes missions is their size is scale 12144, so it's totally compatible with your HG kits. But also, even with your master grades, sometimes you get smaller master grades. Like for example, Crossbone or your Wing Gundams, they're generally on the smaller size. So you can even use these weapon parts or whatever optional parts to customize with those. But generally, they are designed really well to customize with HG kits as well. They've got similar like 3mm plug holes. Yeah, what's going on?
No, they do. The reason I'm kind of laughing is because I'm looking at this one pose. Yeah, because the guy's he's doing that, but it looks like he's doing this. He's all like, it's like he's like word random. That's actually pretty cool.
I love all these guns, man. Like I kind of wish, like sometimes I feel like the Gunpla model kits guns. It's like, like these are so awesome because they have a more realistic military feel to them, and the guns that you get with like Gundam kits, they sometimes feel a bit very sci-fi-ish, and these are more grounded.
I feel like that's a future episode for us, Jeff. Like because. I can get into that topic like quite heavily, especially and I must say there's a lot of criticism for certain weapons in the Gundam line that I have. It's just a thing, but these guns are very cool. I will say this though, I would love it if Bandai would give Gundam as much attention as they do with the 30-minute missions in terms of weapon packs. They were kind of there with the Bolt Fighter stuff, but those weapons are very nerfy. They don't look very real. A lot of them didn't have that real appeal, and that was kind of a bugger. Can you guys imagine, like just for a second, like a pack of all of the guns from the Gundam Origin series, like if they did a bunch of special weapons, that would be cool. This dude with these long arms is so cool, and he's like little finger gun thing. And there's some more of them.
That kit is actually releasing out this month as well, and hopefully
that's right. Yeah, it's coming out soon. And now we're getting to something interesting that I'm dying to like get into, because we've seen those, but these little guys, these are so cool. And
the first thing that came to my mind, because like I've been playing quite a bit of Elden Ring, so whenever I see a model kit I want to customize. Yes, the jaw. What do they call it? The jaw warriors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, totally. So, wow, I can't believe I just thought of that now. Like when you said Elden Ring, I was like,
Look at the one next to it.
Yeah, without the head. Yeah.
No, I was saying that the one that's like peeking out on the right, the silver thing there. But we'll talk about that.
Jeff, I must have one of these just to paint.
Wait, hold on. I just saw something I can't unsee now. Go back to that photo. Can you see in its chest? Looks like it's got
the
angry
face.
Eyes. It's got an angry eye. Oh, I can't unsee it now.
Dude, I couldn't help but see that. It's too cool. I think it's cool. I'd play it up. You and we're probably gonna end up playing it up. Dude, Jeff, have I seen these before? These look different, like new.
Yeah. But these are PE Bandai. So it's basically like existing stuff that they've released, and they they've kind of like Lego created a just customized
The Bandai
version
for
of it.
30-minute mission seems a bit redundant.
Well, like the two in the back, the blue one and the purple one in the back, those are also
Yeah.
from Bandai. That's
Yeah, I
that came
figured
out,
that
like,
much. But are there any parts on them that you can't get from any other 30-minute missions kit?
I think the head. I think the face plate is new, but everything else is like from the existing kits, just in different colors.
Lame. Sorry. What is this?
But these are not lame. These are not lame.
These are not. These guys are not maidenless.
Yeah. So these are the new forms of. I think they Spinatio variations. And then when they first released the Spinatios, they had the Ninja type, they had the Sengoku type,
yes,
which is Samurai type, and they had the military type. Those green guys that we saw earlier, and now it's a knight type. Yeah.
What am I doing here? Why am I wearing armor? I'm kidding. These are cool.
Like, again, I'm just feeling. I've got some Elden Ring customization ideas for these.
Totally. Like, I especially love the chest and the head. Like, the other parts work well, but I feel like the chest and the head designs are spot on. They're really rad. Cool.
Yeah, I really love it as well.
Yeah, and also the what is the armor called on your hip? The hip armor. I know these pauldrons look good, but I can't remember what it's called.
I know
armor is good, but
I know fire armors are creases. Creases? Yeah.
Cool.
But I don't know what
Curious. Not a curious. Yeah, anyway. These are cool. These are the shoulder armor or pauldrons. But this is great. I like this one. I like this design. Jeff, please remember this, because these I get a bit confused with these, so we're gonna definitely have to I get confused because there's so many cool designs, and so we're definitely gonna have to show off some of these in a bit of, in a light, in a spotlight for some folk. I think going forward, like me. And then there's more of the 30-minute.
Oh no,
it looks
it's cycling back.
Sorry, man. You said they're coming out when?
November.
November. Okay, cool.
So yeah, we've got a while. Good.
There's some cool stuff that one can do here. I do like these little like pot guys. Like yeah. I'm calling them pot guys.
Sure. So now we've
That's
covered
a lot of stuff. Look at the time. It's almost like 2 hours.
Okay, so I think let's just do this. Let's do a sign off where our impressions, our thoughts, and maybe just like I wouldn't say disappointments, but like what were your predictions, and like were they met or not met? Because I had some predictions before the show, and just like, I wanted certain things, and they didn't show. So do you want to go first?
So actually make it easier for me, Jeff. Ask me a question. So like directly go, what were your predictions, or what are you happy with?
What were your predictions?
I was predicting, hopeful that we might see another RG prototype for this show, but I was more hopeful. But to be honest, there's still there's Winter Festival, so we might still see something like that. But yeah, that was kind of the only thing. I normally try to go into these shows with this like spirit of what is the new thing that I haven't seen before that they're going to show me kind of vibe. So I'm very happy with that, like with that side of it. And I feel like I'm answering 2 questions now, but I'm happy with like a lot of the shots that we saw. Like I'm more confident about my G Gundam, like I say my G Gundam because yes, I really want one and I'm very excited about that. I'm more confident about the Ryujin Maru, and I'm like surprised at I want to call him Dukemon. I think it's Dukemon, the Dark Dukemon.
Alphamon.
That's another one. Hey?
Okay. Alphamon?
Alphamon. Yeah. Like that, seeing that like in the show has like completely elevated that for me. And then of course the Strike Freedom The only disappointment I would say that I have at the show is that I have to now save up for a Strike Freedom, which I thought I could get away with not having to do. But yeah, I'm gonna have to save up for one of those bad boys. And you, Jeff, like any predictions?
Look, we're gonna share one, right? So yeah, so okay.
Exactly.
So with my predictions, okay, let's just go over like what I was thinking about the show. So I think, Bandai, in the past, they would show quite a bit of new stuff, but this time they just showed mostly they exist, like what they've announced before, and then they're just showing it in physical form, which I'm not disappointed because there's a lot of stuff announced before already, and I can feel it's the impact of the whole global pandemic. They're trying to scale back and just so they can focus their productions on not just new kits, but also like as we can see in the past few months or years, that they're having trouble to maintain production of existing or old releases. So I think by kind of holding themselves back on releasing too much new stuff, they give themselves an opportunity to satisfy existing customers with existing items as well. So I feel with this show, there were only a few like new things that came out. Was the like, for example, the 30 minutes missions that night Spinatio. So that was pretty cool. We've got
that was actually a nice surprise.
Yeah, we got the information on Strike Freedom, which initially they were saying, oh, spring, but now obviously it's pushed back, which was something with my predictions. So I was thinking, if before the show happened, I was thinking, if Strike Freedom was going to be like earlier this year, like within spring Q2, then I was hoping that they would announce at the show Master Grade Barbatos Lupus for like December. Which obviously, with them shifting the MGEX to November, they wouldn't have obviously that's like the end of a year big MG kit. So
I would say don't count that off just yet.
Okay.
Because the when the MGX Unicorn came out, I think Thunderbolt Gundam came out at the same time, or was it Fully Armored Double Set Gundam? It's one of those two big ones that was out at the same time, like more or less. So that could still happen. And that kit was announced like I remember there was I think it was the F91 or the Yakushiki that we pretty much had no news about. Then all of a sudden they showed it to us and we're like, wow, when's it coming? And they're like, in 3 months time. And we were like, what? Like, really? Yeah, so Bandai does do that. I mean, the Eclipse is like that. The Eclipse also was like, we were just sitting there doing our usual thing, browsing the internet, being like, hey, the new model kit stuff. And then all of a sudden, Eclipse, you're like, whoa, where'd you come from? So
that was true. That was true. Yeah. Well, let's see. Because I was just thinking like it's kind of been 3 years, because like the MG Barbatos first released in December 2019. So, December 2022 will be like 3 years gap already. And I just feel, 3 years gap it's kind of a healthy time to make sure they've like had enough sales of the MG Barbatos, and now it's like a good time to introduce a new one that can like revitalize the previous one. Well, not previous one, the current MG Barbatos again. And they've done so much work already, like the R&D with MG Barbatos is like, as we know, the IBO series, the internal frames is all the same of the Gundam frames. So once they've got that internal work done for the different Gundams, they just have to create like different exteriors. So why aren't they kind of milking it?
No, why aren't they milking it? Why? Like, it's an obvious thing. What are they?
They've spent so much R&D in creating a good foundation. Why aren't they utilizing it more? So
it's worth mentioning. I can't off the top of my head now remember if it's been released already or if it's still coming. But they're doing a 2K or no, a 4K version of Iron-Blooded Orphans, like re-releasing it as a 4K Blu-ray set in Japan. And it's supposed to it has a new opening sequence. Like it's got a new song, it's got a new version opening sequence. I feel like they might tie in something with that launch near the end of the year, if that's happening at the end of the year. But I feel like I just feel like there's something there. I also kind of feel like Bandai doesn't want to confuse people right now because Kukurodoan's Island is coming out like next month. And I think they're trying to just focus on that. And once that like movie's out, they're gonna be like, okay, everything else. And also there's also the Witch from Mercury as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff. So let's see. Maybe like in between all of that, it'll be like Barbatus Lupus Rex. Like, you know what I mean? Like it might happen. But yeah, man, like I'm curious to hear your thoughts on sorry man. Yeah,
but otherwise, like, I'm very pleased with the show, you know, that we get to see everything in physical form. But yeah, otherwise I'm just a little bummed out not seeing any prototypes, like, you know, gray prototypes, or even like just teasers of potential. Like, you know, like in previous shows they always say, what's it, conceptualizing, and you know, they, even if they don't ever see the end of day, the light of day, or whatever, you know, it's still quite exciting. Yeah, because remember, like, I think such a long time ago, I don't, was it 2012 or something, or 2014, 20 for tech, they had like a whole bunch of RG concept art, like the RGGN, I think, was it the RG Goof, the RG Real. They had like concept just on the other potential RGs, but then those never, you know, got
manifested. They never materialized.
But still, you know, it's still cool to see those kind of things, you know. And this time it just was like very
I was gonna ask, and it's a random one, but like that horse character girl kit. Like that was a surprise. I mean,
that's a surprise.
I don't remember seeing anything. So the question I wanted to ask you is like, what do you actually think of that? Because I didn't really get your thoughts earlier, and I feel like that's something you have an opinion on.
I think it's almost like a passion project. I can almost feel that they put a little heart into it, but then I can also feel like it's like, is this a foundation that they're gonna milk to make all the other horse characters? Like, you know, same outfits, just change the, you know, hair designs with the different color, and you know, just to make all the other different characters and give them like, I don't know. We'll see. Look, if this first one doesn't sell too well, then maybe like Bandai will scrap the whole thing. But if this one character sells really well, then Bandai's like, okay, how can we milk it?
Yeah, I was just curious on your thoughts there, because like from a technology point of view, I think it's very impressive. I think there's a lot of like the character herself. I'm blown away by the kit. There's a part of me that almost wants to build one up. I actually do want to build one. I have no intention of buying one. I'd just love to build one, just because I want to experience the engineering that's gone into that. But I'm hoping that Bandai starts getting, like for example, Rei and Asuka from Evangelion. I think that would be cool. It'd be cool to get a kit of Shinji as well, to that standard. You know, I'd love to see that. That would be super awesome. That's kind of like, I have hopes for that. So that was kind of like a weird sneaky positive for me from this show, that character appeared, and with that a whole bunch of possibilities came with that design. Especially seeing the quality of the 30-minute sisters has gone, it's gone from being like pretty high quality to like whoa, and so that's impressive. So but like you said, man, no cool prototype previews at the show, which is weird.
Well, I think, you know, Bandai's playing it safe, but then it's a really good, like, you know, show. But like you said with that, you know, horse girl model kit, is that I can feel that Bandai is really, because I feel with the previous years, you know, Bandai really hones in on their technology to showcase their like leading the industry with their master grade kits or RG kits or perfect grade kits. But now you can see like leading technology in all their other lines as well, you know, not just in Gunpla. Yeah.
No,
So
that's an impressive thing. Totally, man. So like, and then the other thing is, do you feel like the vibe of the Shizuoka show has changed, like just from the pictures and stuff that you've seen, and the way that we got the information? I mean, I remember like when Shizuoka, and this is unfortunately pre-pandemic, but I remember them making a bigger thing out of it. I don't know if somehow the algorithm just wasn't on my side, but I remember just seeing Shizuoka stuff everywhere on the internet. Videos, people doing walkthroughs, all that kind of stuff. And then and this year it's been a little bit like harder to get that information. Like, do you feel the same way?
I just see on Bandai's page where about Shizuoka show that they said please don't film because you might be blocking other people's like viewing, you know, pleasure. It's like just take photos, don't film this stuff or something. But how I feel is that there's like, I think they rely more on spreading the information online, because like especially on Bandai's Twitter, like as soon as Shizuoka started, they just dropped all the pictures on their Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So they're very quick with the information this time, and then before we always like rely on other people's photos, I think. So I think online spreading the information on like through online it's much more pushed.
I just thought that there wasn't as big a fuss about it this year as I've kind of seen before, which is weird. Like I know that the world has changed, and so people are figuring stuff out and trying to figure out how to move forward and how things are changing for them. But I just felt there was like a bit of a different vibe. It's kind of listen, the fact that Shizuoka is still a thing is impressive, you know. But yeah, man, let's I think some things to close on. Just a reminder to guys that yes, we did recently receive a box full of Gundam kits. Hopefully you are expecting some new ones coming soon, or you're watching this while building one of them. So that brings us happiness and joy, so shout for that. And obviously we will keep you updated. A small reminder, if you do want to get yourself a MGEX standard, please, MGEX standard.
MGEX.
If you want to get yourselves
Extreme.
an MGEX Strike Freedom, please start putting in your requests now. We mean it. It's kind of, it might even be a first come first serve basis. We don't know how many we're going to get, so please get yourself down on that. That said, that extends to any kit that you're interested in. So let us know. Obviously, we want you to be excited about that kind of stuff. Yeah, and that's just a public service announcement, because I don't want you guys to miss out. Other than that, dude, I'm very excited. Like I said, we've got some live streaming stuff that Jeff and I want to sort of plan out a little bit going forward. We've got some content that we're creating going forward. Has been a crazy month with all of the public holidays and everything that's come in, but like it's cool to see that things are like sort of stabilizing. And I'm gonna stop talking so that Jeff can speak, because we're pretty much working our way out the door now.
I don't know how much to add, but we can just sign off and just say thank you for watching, guys, and then until the next time. Okay, I'll go. Keep building joy, guys. Right. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Cheers, dudes. That do this probably. I don't want to hurt my webcam. I'm always like soft.
Sure.
Cool, man.
That was our longest recording.